we create a procedure, same thing like this, create procedure, okay, procedure name. Now inside that as, okay, now they can write all queries here. We can write whatever, select statements, so update statements, so whatever it is, we can write all these things inside. Okay, create procedure name. Inside a procedure, they can write all the SQL queries like this. Okay, select data from one table and then migrate to some other database system, insert into some other table in some other database, all type of programming, if condition, begin transaction, rollback, they might have written, some 100 lines of code here. Understood, right? Yeah. So when this procedure is scheduled to run at some particular time, automatically this entire code will execute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now what is the procedure? A procedure is like a method in your Java program, like that. And procedures can be scheduled. Okay, and what does the procedure has? Procedure has group of SQL queries, right? The procedure has a group of SQL queries.
And they will set the time for that schedule.
Yeah, when you schedule, they have to schedule in their systems, right?
Okay, thank you.
The developers, right? Backend, they have to schedule. See some small example what they have written any procedure here. So inside this procedure, what did they write? Create procedure name as. Create procedure name as. Inside now they are writing begin, right? Because even if something goes wrong, they have an option to commit and roll back, right? Begin. There's something set no count on. Okay. And they are doing what you can select something from car table, inner join with some other table, right? And they're ending the things. So whenever this procedure is executed, what will happen? Execute procedure name. We can manually execute a procedure by giving a word called exec, execute, or we can schedule it also, right? Whatever the code is written inside the procedure, it will execute, right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever code is SQL query written inside this procedure, we can execute. And now a procedure is like, what did I say? Procedure is like a method in Java class, right?
Yes, sir. Good.
And now,
Yes, sir.
even what we can do now, but suppose, sir, I am writing some join statement. I am writing some join statement, some lengthy join, either something you have written. Example, 1 minute. 3 SQL joins. Okay, sir, this join statement I have written. Sir, I need to execute this join irregularly. I want to execute this join regularly. Then I want to, this join I need to execute very frequently. What you can do? Will you write manually this SQL query every time?
No, sir.
No. Instead of this, can you write this inside a procedure? Create what you call procedure.
Procedure name.
Procedure name. As you write like this, all this SQL query inside a procedure. Whenever you want to run this SQL query, simply you can write what you call exec, execute procedure 1. Then this entire SQL query will execute, right?
Yes, sir.
The Java class method, what is that? You write a method and you can call the same method any number of times, right? Reusability. Same thing in database point of view. Procedure is like a method which we can call many number of times, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whenever you call a procedure, this entire SQL query will execute. Okay, ma'am.
At the store procedure, we can write the transactions also. Yes. So transaction is separately.
No, ma, inside a procedure, there is a transaction.
Okay.
Right.
Sir.
Inside a transaction, we can't create a procedure. Inside a transaction, you may call existing procedure. Procedure cannot be created inside a transaction, right?
Okay, sir.
We are creating a procedure. How do you create a procedure? Create a procedure as inside the procedure, I may have a big, transaction. Okay, transaction name, something, you write all these things. If something goes wrong, we can roll back or we can undo, commit. Like that we might have done. This is also okay. Or what we might have done, okay, there is something what you know, okay, leave it another example. Here I am writing begin transaction, okay, some transaction name, right? Here I have written some SQL queries. Here also I am calling execute procedure one. I'm calling the procedure, right?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm doing some transaction. Inside that I'm calling the procedure. If this procedure gives any error, if this procedure failures, what I can do, I can roll back, right?
Yes, roll back.
So they have, developers have created a procedure. Developers have created a procedure and they have scheduled that procedure to run every day at some particular time, right? Night 11 o'clock something. But while executing a procedure, something goes wrong. What they should have done? They
Roll
should have
back.
rolled back it, right?
Roll back.
By
Yes.
executing the procedure itself, they are putting inside a transaction, begin and roll back commit like that.
Yes.
But creating, say, you are thinking that creating a procedure itself we put in a transaction. No. Creating procedure is like a DDL statements, right? Data definition language. We are creating the structure, right?
Yes, sir.
Creating a structure, we never schedule. Bro, creating a database, creating a tables, we will schedule them to run every day at 11 o'clock and create tables, database like that.
No.
No,
we
creating a
cannot.
procedure is only one-time activity, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That is development. Let him develop the procedure first. Let him write the code.
Okay, sir.
Okay, when they schedule it, when they run it, oh, something goes wrong while execution, then they decide it, whether rollback or commit, let them decide it.
Okay, sir. Got it.
No, got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So creating a procedure is DDL statements. Anything which is create, alter, drop or all, data definition language, right?
Yes, sir.
Only tables say kadma, not only tables, anything which starts with create, anything which starts with alter, anything which starts with drop are all DDL statements.
DDL statement.
DDL.
Don't think that only tables are DDL. Not only tables. Anything which is create a table or create procedure or create a trigger or create view, anything which starts with create is all DDL statements, right? Alter table or alter procedure or alter trigger, anything, right? Drop table, okay, drop procedure, okay, or drop trigger, anything, right? These are all what you call DDL statements. Anything which is starting with create, alter, drop are all DDL statements. Idantha designing adama. This is all phase during designing. Developer is creating the procedure, right? He is not executing. Am I easy executing or creating?
Creating, sir.
Creating, sir.
Creating.
So creating, let him create. Okay,
Okay.
during execution something goes wrong, then the developer should have created designed such a way that designed such a way that if something goes wrong, what he should do, he should roll back, commit, then he should have designed that system properly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is fine, ma. What is a procedure? A procedure is a group of SQL statements, ma. And a procedure can be executed manually or it can be scheduled to run at some particular intervals of time. Okay, like that, there is something what you call triggers also. Trigger. Now, trigger is also a group of SQL statements. Ma. Trigger is also a group of SQL statements like procedure. But okay, trigger we cannot schedule it. Trigger anedi we cannot schedule. Ma. Trigger we cannot manually execute also. But trigger we cannot schedule or execute manually. Yeah, but procedure we can do, right? Procedure Yeah, we can schedule or execute. How do you execute manually? By giving exec, right? Procedure name. Ila run cheyచ్చు kadama. I can give this name, right? Exec procedure name. I think you remember, right? When you were doing that JDBC connection with Java.
Yes, sir.
JDBC connection Java, you remember I did what you call statement,
Yes, sir.
prepared statement, callable
Yes, sir.
statement. Huh?
Execute statement. Yes, sir. Execute
Ah.
query. Yes, sir.
What did I do? Where is that notes? There's somewhere. What did we do here now? What is this? Callable statement is used for what? I'm calling the procedure only, right? Call PR1.
Yes, sir.
What is this? What is PR1 here?
Procedure.
Call PR1 is a procedure only, right?
Yes, sir.
So I can call a procedure. Yeah, or I can also schedule a procedure to run at some specific intervals of time. But triggers, we cannot do that. Okay. But what is a trigger, first of all? Okay, but I said trigger is also a group of SQL statement like a procedure, but with these differences. But where do triggers are used? Triggers are always executed automatically. Okay, triggers are automatically executed. Trigger is automatically executed when insert or update or delete record is done on the table. Okay, so triggers are, but the trigger should have been created. If there is a trigger, it will execute. If there is a trigger, it will execute. Ma.
Okay, sir.
But when a trigger will execute only when we do insert or update or delete. Only any of these three things, no other things. Okay. Now, where is the situation? Like an example. Let us take an example. Suppose there is an employee table which has employee ID, maybe employee name, okay, designation and a department. Okay, like that data is there. There is a department table which has department ID, department name, let's say number of employees, and who is the contact person, like that it is there. When a new employee is added, when a new employee is added in the employee table, automatically, okay, if this employee is joining in department D1, assume that this employee is joining in D1 department, automatically for this D1 department, number of employees should increase by 1, right? Automatically.
Yes, sir.
Whenever I insert a new employee record in employee table, automatically department table also for this corresponding department ID, it should increase by 1, right? Automatically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there what do we write? Here we write a trigger. So trigger is automatically executed when we insert record or update a record or delete record. Sir, whenever I insert a new record, then automatically some other table should be reflected automatically with these updates. Then developers will create what we call trigger. Here we don't write a procedure, because if you write a procedure, then explicitly developer have to call the procedure, right? So in case if developer forget or if you don't call the procedure, then some other tables are not updated. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then it leads to inconsistency of data.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here it shows one employee is in D1, but here still number of employees show me 0. There is a inconsistency of data, right?
Yes, sir.
There is one employee.
sir.
No,
Yes,
even
sir.
you see this small screen, you see. If you see here, there is one employee in D1 department, but in D1, how many employees it is showing? Zero, right?
Zero.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
inconsistency, right?
Yes, sir.
So that should not be like that. So whenever I add whenever I insert a new record in employee table, automatically department table also should increase by 1. So then the developer should have designed, what you call trigger without manual interaction. Oh, if you do something in one table, all the related tables will affect automatically. There they have created triggers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like that. If it was suppose, for example, sir, one student, in a college, sir, one student is dropout or his course is completed. So when they delete the student record from the master database, all the related tables, right? I mean, the library also same student information should be deleted automatically. Okay, or maybe in the marks table also his record should be deleted automatically. In some other table, right? In finance database system also, that student record should be deleted automatically. So if I delete a record in one master table, all the entities related to the same record in all the other tables also should be deleted automatically, right?
Yes, sir.
So what they should have written? They should have written a trigger. So here procedures we don't write, because procedure cannot execute automatically, right? Procedure either we have to call manually or we have to schedule it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now Emma, please, all of you understand the difference between trigger and procedure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when we write at a developer's point of view, developers, when they write a trigger and when they write a procedure. So if they want to run some, when they want to do some transactions, every day at some regular intervals of time, what they do? Proceed.
Proceed.
Sir, whenever we do something, then automatically something should happen somewhere else. Then what is written? Triggers are written.
Triggers.
Trigger also same way, like, create trigger name. They will write like this, create trigger name on table name for insert, update, delete.
Sir, I have some work. I am leaving.
As like this, here they write what they have to do. Like this, here they write. Because they will write like this. This is how the trigger syntax, creating a trigger. Create trigger name on what table? For what transaction? For insert, for update, for delete, as what to do. Like, okay, ma? So whenever insert or update or delete done on the table, then automatically this trigger will execute, because they created a trigger on this table, right? Okay, right. See, ma, hope all of you understand these concepts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is primary key, foreign key? Okay, unique key. Next, what are these procedures, triggers, union all? Transactions, right? Begin transaction, commit transaction, rollback transaction.
Views used.
Yeah. Till here it is okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the next
Yes,
last
sir.
one more topic. What is that? Yeah. So we have understood till here. Constraints, we have
sir.
discussed transactions, procedures, triggers, union all. And then what do you have? Views, huh? The last one, views. Okay, let us take, for example, there is a, okay, there is a customer's table. Your bank account, your account number, your account ID, customer name, and also your account type, the savings account, current account, whatever it is, right? Date, open date, account open date, right? When the account was opened. Your PAN number, your Aadhaar number, and what is the amount available in your account, right? Amount available, your phone number, your email ID. Like that, all these details are there in your bank account. Okay. Now, if for example, if a sales executive, if you see this table, when sales executive see this table, what should be visible for him? For sales executive, what should be visible? Is sales executive can see all your data, no? No, can you listen? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, do
Yes,
sales
sir.
executive he has permission to see all your information,
No.
your
No, sir.
No,
PAN
sir.
number, your
No.
Aadhaar number, how much amount is available in your account?
No,
All
sir.
should be visible? No, right?
No,
No.
sir.
If sales executive see, he can see only maybe
Your name.
account ID, maybe
Name.
customer name,
Customer name.
or his phone number and email, right?
Contact.
Because he want
Yes.
to do some marketing or some promotions activity. Only this should be visible to him, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
when cashier
sir.
see the details, what should be visible to the cashier? Cashier can see your account number,
Account number.
account ID,
Balance.
Account
customer
type.
name, or account
Account
type,
type.
and also amount is available,
Amount.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you can see these details. And I see actually database, so table has so many columns, so much data is there. But when these people view, they should be see only few columns. When these people see, they should be able to view only some columns, right? It is like, okay, you are in your room, Emma, you are sitting in a room. Emma, you are sitting in a room. Outside there is so many things happening, right?
Yes, sir.
Outside, right? Maybe in your colony, outside road, there are so many things happening. But when you see through your window, Emma, when you see through the window, can you see all or you can see only some portion of it?
Yes, sir.
Emma, what you can see, if you see through the window from your room, from your bedroom, if you see something outside, what do you see? You see all or only some portion of area you are able to see.
Some portion.
Yes, sir.
That's like a view. View is like a window, just like a window, right? Okay, where through view, if you see, I'm not able to see all the data. I can see only few data through the view. Okay, but this data is also coming from where? This data is coming from where? Where is this account number? All these things coming from?
Database.
This is coming from the same table only, right? Yeah, this data is coming from this customer existing table only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, details are coming from where? These are coming from existing customer table only, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we can say view. View is like a virtual table. Yeah, view is not a physical table. View is a virtual table. View is a virtual table. But it will get, get data from the original table, right? From the whatever from what you call from the what you call say the original table, right? From the
Existing
physical
table.
table, from the physical table. Okay, but for example, as I told you, if I take employee table, for example, employee table has employee ID, employee name, and what you call designation, salary, department ID, and then what you call phone, email, who uses manager ID, like that, so many details. But if I say create view, for example, EMP, okay, if I say VEMP, as if I write, for example, select EMP name, comma, designation, comma, salary, comma, phone from employee. If I write like this, if I write a create a view like this, create view name as like this, if I write, now how do you see the data through the view? How do you see data through the view? You can also write select star from VEMP. This is how you can select data from VEMP. If you select a star from VMP, what it will display? What is the output you will see here now?
All the columns, all the records.
All the data which is present in the data.
Correct. What is the output will display?
Employee name,
Employee name,
By
designation,
name,
salary, phone number.
designation, salary,
Phone
and
number.
phone, right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
only these 4 columns I am able to see, right?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
yes, sir.
But all records will come. But inside a view also, if you have restricted it, who joined, where date of join, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know if there is a date of join, right? What do you call date of join? If date of join is greater than, okay, select date add. ఏదో ఉంటుంది కదమ్మా మనకు we have, right? Sys date, comma, what you call -7 interval, day. If I say something like this, what happens, ma? It will select only employees who joined last week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because some syntax was there, ma. We learned, right, how to select where date of join greater than -7 days, ma. To this
Yes,
day
sir.
you add, you will get last week date, right?
Yes,
Last week date.
That means now this, if I select from VEMP, it will show me only employees who joined last week, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that too, how many columns it will show me? Only these 4 columns?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yes,
sir.
this view is getting data from where? From the underlying table only, right? From the original employee table only. Okay. So if like that, but when you create a view, so view also has group of, what is view? View also has group of SQL statements. View also has group of SQL statements.
SQL
So
statements.
if you, it's a view is like a, what did I say? Is like is a virtual table. And it is also a table. How do you select data from a table? Like this, right? Select star from table name, right?
Yes,
Like
sir.
that, you can write select star from table name. Again in view also, no, sir. Actually, view will give me 4 columns. View will give me 4 columns. But if I write select, for example, only again in this also, select EMP, name, comma, designation from VEMP, where, for example, salary greater than 10,000. See, from view also, again, I'm filtering, right? Some more data. So whatever
Yes.
SQL queries you learned, where condition, group by, having, order by, all can be applied on the view also. Okay, how you select data from a table? Similar way, you can write all such type of things on view also. Okay, but is view is a physical table? Do view has any data physically?
No,
No.
But view will always get from data from the underlying tables only, right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's why I said view is a virtual table, but it will get data from the physical tables,
physical
right?
table, actual table.
Like that. This is a view. So views are created for security purpose. When they design the database system, what they have done is, okay, one table may have lot of data. They will create a view